Are you looking to take your landscape design to the next level? Or are you just staring down a landscape project and not sure where to begin? Either way, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to teach you the secret to a successful landscape design. Whether you're planting a small garden bed or transforming your entire backyard, mastering the basic principles and incorporating the basic elements will set you on a path to creating a stunning outdoor space. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to give you 6 tips to make your next landscape project a huge success. Let's get started. Now, before I tell you the secret, I need to introduce you to the 6 basic principles of landscape design. They are proportion, transition, unity, rhythm, balance, and focalization. I'll talk about each one in a little bit. There are also 5 basic elements of landscape design that you should know. They are color, form, texture, line, and scale. I'm also going to talk in a little bit how each element plays a crucial role in creating a cohesive and visually appealing outdoor environment. But you came here for the secret to good landscape design, and I'm going to give it to you. The secret to good landscaping design is start with color. Color is the cornerstone of any landscape design. It sets the tone and mood for your entire space. By choosing a palette that speaks to you, you'll lay a foundation for a harmonious and inviting outdoor feature. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, let's keep going to see how everything builds off of this secret. If you want to make a harmonious and inviting outdoor space, you need to understand the 6 basic principles of landscape design and think about how you're going to incorporate them into your project. The 6 basic principles are proportion. This refers to the size and scale of elements in relation to each other and the overall landscape. It ensures that elements harmonize with each other in the space that they occupy. Transition. This involves creating smooth and gradual changes between different elements or areas of the landscape, such as transitions between colors, textures, or elevations. Unity focuses on the cohesive and harmonious arrangement of elements in the landscape to create a sense of oneness and completeness. Rhythm is the repetition or pattern of elements in the landscape. Whether it's in the form of colors, shapes, or textures, it's going to create visual interest and movement. Balance strives for equilibrium and stability in the landscape by distributing visual weight evenly across the design, whether it's symmetrical, asymmetrical, or radial balance. Finally, focalization. This involves creating a focal point or center of interest in the landscape to draw attention and guide the viewer's gaze, adding visual hierarchy and emphasis. Once you've established your color palette, you can begin to apply these principles. From proportion to focalization, each principle is enhanced by the strategic use of color. It creates depth, rhythm, and visual interest in your outdoor space. Okay, now that we have the 6 basic principles down, let's get to know the 5 basic elements of landscape design. They are color. This is our starting point. Color refers to the hues and tones present in the landscape. But most people, when they think about color, think about flowers. I want us to look at color more holistically. It's flowers, it's plants, it's foliage, it's even hardscape materials. Color sets the mood, it adds visual interest, and it creates cohesion in the design. Form describes the shape and structure of elements in the landscape, including plants, trees, shrubs, and architectural features. It contributes to the overall aesthetic and functionality of the design. Texture refers to the surface quality or feel of elements in the landscape, whether they are rough, smooth, coarse, or fine. It adds depth, dimension, and tactile appeal to the design. Line represents the visual movement or directionality of elements in the landscape, whether they are straight, curved, or meandering. It guides the viewer's eye and creates flow and rhythm in the design. Scale relates to the size and proportion of elements in relation to each other in the surrounding environment. It ensures that elements are appropriately sized to fit the space and maintain visual balance and harmony. So color is just the beginning. As you dive deeper into your landscape design journey, don't forget about the other basic elements: form, texture, line, and scale. All of these elements work in harmony with color to bring your vision to life. They add layers of dimension and character to your outdoor space. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to Dad Built down below. I post all kinds of DIY videos for dads, including this whole Year of the Yard series where I'm tackling all of my outdoor projects this year. I hope to see you in the next one. Now, as promised, here are 6 tips to make your next landscape project a huge success. You want to make a good assessment of your space. Measure your beds, take note of the size, shape, and any existing features like trees or shrubs. It's also a good idea to know what zone you're in so that you can pick the right plants. I'm in Ohio, which is zone 6. And for each of your different areas, consider things like sunlight exposure, soil type, and drainage patterns to ensure that your plants are going to thrive in the space that you put them. Have a goal, or simply put, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you looking to fill up your space? Do you want to add privacy or color? Do you want to attract wildlife or birds or bees? The goal that you set is ultimately going to be the biggest determining factor in the design that you choose and the plants that you choose to put in them. Here's my goal. I want to create an inviting space that emphasizes my patio but doesn't take away from the natural scenery of the backyard. Draw it out. I like to have a visual for my projects so I know what it's going to look like in the end. I use a program called Smart Draw to do this. It's really easy to use. Basically, I measure out my landscape beds beforehand and then I recreate them in Smart Draw. This gives me a nice aerial view of what the finished product is going to look like. But you don't need any fancy software to do this. Pen and paper works just fine. Do a recon trip. Before buying a bunch of plants, go to the garden center with a pen and paper or your phone to take pictures. I also like to take my plan along so I know what I'm working with. Then I can see what speaks to me. For me, not having the pressure to buy really helps keep my mind open to the different options that are available to me. And I find that when I do a recon trip first, I like the quality of the end result better because I've had more time to consider my options for the plants that I'm buying and make sure that they're going to fit within the goals and the plan that I've set. Mix hardscapes and softscapes together. Don't forget about other decorative elements in your landscape design. Things like stepping stones, bird baths, or other sculptures can be a really important focal point, and you should be thinking about these things in your planning before you do your planting. Finally, it's so important that I'm going to talk about it again. Start with color. Think about the palette that you want to use, and landscaping provides endless options here. Maybe you want something really vibrant and tropical, or maybe you want a more moody earth tone. My patio has a lot of existing contrast between the color of the concrete and the furniture on top, so I didn't want to add additional vibrant contrast in the landscape bed. That's why I opted for more deep coloring in the plants that I chose. The color that I started with and the first plant that I chose were these wild rose coral bells. I really like the deep, dark, moody vibe to them, and I think this plant is going to play nicely with my already contrasted hardscapes. Thanks for watching. I hope this video brought you some inspiration and some ideas for your next landscape project. I had a ton of fun making this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like, a share, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time.